Public Affairs programming on WQPT is brought to you by the Singh Group at Merrill Lynch, serving the wealth management needs of clients in the region for over 25 years.
Western Illinois University's uncertain new year and keeping your promise to yourself on the cities. You made the promise to exercise more. What about a diet plan? Maybe you just want to change your habits a bit. Tonight we're going to help you along with some great ideas from the YMCA. But first, a new year, but the same serious problem for universities in Illinois. The 99th Illinois State Assembly finished its job on Tuesday with budget discussions but no solutions. Now the 100th session of the state legislature has started and schools across the state find themselves with no money from the state. But this year's different. All the money the schools banked on as reserves were pretty well spent last year. So joining us is the president of Western Illinois University, Dr. Jack Thomas. Dr. Thomas, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
This year is different than last year. I mean, you had to find budget solutions that you never thought you'd have to make before, and you're kind of back at square one, if not a step behind that this year.
Absolutely. Last year we didn't know that we wouldn't get a full budget last year, and we were very surprised that we went the entire year without getting a state appropriated budget. But we did get what we call stopgaps. We did get 2 stopgaps last year, which really helped us tremendously. But that hinders us in terms of planning and long-term plans, as well as meeting the goals that we have set in our strategic plan. And so it's been a very challenging year, and then this upcoming year we're still facing similar challenges as we did last year, because we still do not have a state appropriated budget coming from our state. We're very hopeful that the legislators will come through with a full budget, and as I mentioned, having stopgaps really hurt us tremendously.
You say you're hopeful. Are you going to say you're optimistic?
We're optimistic and very hopeful as well.
Because you've dealt with the legislature.
Yes.
You've stood in front of the microphone, sat down in front of the lawmakers. You've explained the plight. You see the statistics of Illinois students leaving the state. You know, and you talk to people who are on your faculty, on your staff, your administrators, the students who are saying this uncertainty is not good for the long-range health of the university. And yet, year after year, month after month at least, you're seeing the state legislature going, yeah, but.
Yes, my colleagues from the other colleges and universities, we all do our testimonies before the House and the Senate. And one thing that was most disturbing is that when we talk to the legislators and we do our testimonies, we talk about how this has affected our institution. And Illinois is the second largest exporter of students from our state, and there is a crisis of confidence. And we're experiencing, we've had layoffs, we've had furloughs, and we've had reductions last year. And when we talk to our legislators, it is very disturbing because they say they understand. And when we talk, and they say they understand, but at the same time, they do not come forth with a full budget for higher education, which is a major challenge for all of our colleges and universities.
Every campaign, every lawmaker, every politician that wants to run always says education is the cornerstone of society. We are the education lawmaker. Do you think Illinois has proven that it's not?
Well, there are some challenges in terms of debates going on among certain individuals whom we all know, and I think that's the major thing that's holding them, keeping them from presenting a full budget and approving a full budget for the state.
We have seen enrollment at Western go down for each of the last 10 years, just slowly but surely fewer students going to Western Illinois. Is that a cause for concern for you? And what do you say to the sophomore or junior class in a high school in Western Illinois? What do you say to those kids about going to Western Illinois University?
Well, the challenge is that we're all scrambling for the same students, and the number of high school students in our state, that has dwindled over the years, as well as the number of high school students who stay in our state. As I mentioned, Illinois is the second largest exporter of students. So we find ourselves, not just Western Illinois University, but all of our most of our colleges and universities, we find ourselves trying to reach out to our students. And as a public institution, we pride ourselves on providing access to those students who meet our standards, as well as making sure that education is affordable. We're one of the most affordable institutions. So when we look at our freshman class this past, incoming freshman class this past fall, we did well because we wanted to make sure that we were affordable. We reduced our tuition by 3% for incoming freshmen, which really helped us. We were only down by 0.055%. We were only down 8 students from the previous year, which was huge when we look at the crisis of confidence in our state and the number of students who are leaving our state. So we feel that we have stabilized our freshman enrollment. Our goal right now is to make sure that once we get the students to our institution, that we retain our students. We're working on retention and our graduation rates. These are the kinds of things that we're, in addition to recruiting students, we want to make sure that they stay and then that education is more affordable. We created what we call the Western Commitment Scholarship Program. We have the Building Connections Mentoring Program where every freshman is mentored. We have the University 100, which is a class that helps students to get acclimated to the university community and give them various skills to help them be more successful on a college campus. And we saw a 10% increase in terms of our retention rate from the freshman to sophomore year. And so we want to do more of those kinds of things to retain students. We feel that we've stabilized the freshman enrollment, but we want to do that across the board.
Because stabilizing is a huge deal when you see what you look like is a trend of fewer and fewer students.
Right.
I mean, is that a concern going 5-10 years out? I mean, you've stabilized it. Does that mean that you think that maybe we've hit rock bottom as far as declining enrollment and that maybe we'll stabilize and go up?
Well, we hope
hard to predict, I understand.
It's hard to predict, but we hope that we have, particularly with that freshman enrollment, but at the same time, you have other institutions luring our students to other states because they're making sure that they're offering a good package for our students in terms of lower cost. And that's what we did this past year. We looked at the cost of the education and how we can help those students in terms of getting more students to the university. And we've done some financial aid leveraging as well in helping our students in addition to the Western Commitment Scholarship Program that we have.
We're talking about competition with other universities, other colleges in other states, but also you're also in competition with the belief that maybe the 4-year degree isn't needed anymore.
Well, we're very fortunate because we have the cost guarantee program. And our cost guarantee program is that students get the same tuition, room, board, and fees for 4 consecutive years, and they will complete as long as they meet the academic rigor here and keep the appropriate grades, and that they will graduate in 4 years. And because of that cost guarantee, we're the only institution that offers room, board, tuition, and fees the same cost for 4 consecutive years, which is major in our state, and it really helps to recruit more students to the institution, and I think that has helped us a lot as well.
We've seen cuts not only in Illinois, but I mean, you think of the University of Wisconsin has seen cuts in the whole UW system. Iowa is seeing cuts as well. Michigan, Indiana is seeing cuts. How does that hurt the academics? How does that hurt retention or even the attraction of new professors in highly skilled areas when people are looking at tenure and saying, you know what, enough of these public employees, they make way too much money. But for academics, it's a very different story. And to sell the public on that can be very challenging.
Well, in terms of faculty and staff, it is a challenge in terms of recruiting and bringing individuals to your institution when they see that there have been cuts across the board. But we feel that we have made the necessary cuts. We've reduced in terms of those low enrolled programs, and we feel that now it is time to rebuild. Although we've made those cuts, we've made reductions in various areas. Our goal now is to invest in those areas where we see growth, and also in those areas where we see potential for growth. And for example, we're looking at our engineering program.
Absolutely.
We just started a new strand of that, mechanical engineering. We have the general engineering and we have the mechanical engineering. So we have students waiting to get into our program. So why not create more faculty lines and hire more faculty in those areas so that we can accommodate those students. So these are the kinds of things that we're doing. The same thing with nursing. We look at law enforcement and justice administration, which we're the 4th largest in the country. And so some of those cutting edge kinds of programs, we're known for our signature programs. An institution cannot be everything to everybody, but an institution can carve its own niche. And that's what we are doing with our signature academic programs. And our students come to our institution because of those signature programs that we have.
I'm glad you brought up mechanical engineering, because that appears to be one of the signature programs that you're going to really hope to grow the Quad City campus with.
Absolutely. There's a need. We know that, you may know that John Deere reached out to us some years ago and said that there was a need in terms of providing employers here who can go into the field of engineering. And now there's another strand in terms of mechanical engineering. There's another need. So we feel that we believe in addressing the needs of the citizens and the area, the business and industry. So we're looking not just at the engineering, but also at other possible majors also that will draw more individuals to our institution. Same thing when we had the shortage across the state, and not just the state, but across the nation in terms of nursing, and particularly in rural health care. That has helped us tremendously. Supply chain management is another one. Broadcasting, forensic chemistry, all of these kinds of niche cutting edge programs that really help us in terms of bringing more students to the institution.
Is that a different way for universities to think? Because it used to be that it wasn't such a niche degree that you were getting. I mean, African American studies cut, philosophy, religious studies, women's studies, and now you're talking about very specific degrees. And it used to be that when you went to the university, you got that broad education. I know that you're still offering that broad education, but it seems like you're really trying to capitalize on where the labor market needs niche programming and to get these people degrees so they can have great careers.
Well, and when you mention those programs that we cut, we still have the minors in those programs.
Absolutely, I should point that out.
In terms of the general education, because when you look at a liberal arts kind of education, it's very much needed, and that that general knowledge that individuals gain for any specific major that will help them be successful anywhere in terms of reading, writing, and as they used to say, in arithmetic.
Absolutely.
So those are the kinds of things that we really we still need those. Those particular courses in those particular areas, so we can look at the general education in terms of the general knowledge that individuals are gaining at a college. And that's what we say when we say when students come to Western, they get a well-rounded education, not just in those specific areas, but all of that's needed at our institution. Higher
education seems to be at one of those many important crossroads right now, and I'm sure it's fluid every year, of course, but I think you're seeing somehow a sea change of how people are educated after high school. Is that one of those things that you have to convince state lawmakers about, and that's where some of the problems come as far as funding is concerned, because they're thinking, you guys are academia, you're on a beautiful mountain, you have no idea about state issues?
Well, I think that the lawmakers lawmakers now understand, based on our testimonies and how they have seen the erosion of education in our state. It's time to rebuild. My colleagues, the presidents and chancellors, we meet at least once a week, and we talk about how we'll be rebuilding the brand in our state. Higher education is very important in our state, and we want the lawmakers, the legislators, and everybody to see and share in that same vision. And as I said earlier, when we talk to them, they do recognize, they do acknowledge that they see what we're doing as leaders here in higher education, and they want to support us. But we want to, as I always say, put your money where your mouth is.
Talk is cheap.
Well, you said
I
it.
said that.
You said it. I did.
Well played. Dr. Jack
Thank
Thomas,
you.
president of Western Illinois University, always the diplomat, which is very smart. In a moment, making sure you don't renege on your resolution. But first, Laura Adams joins us with some great ideas to consider as we try to stay warm and still go out and about.
This is Out and About for January 9th through 15th. Hi, I'm Laura Adams. Marvel at all the Quad Cities has to see and do during the 16th annual Be a Tourist in Your Own Backyard weekend, January 13th through 16th. A team of professional ice sculptors make the Davenport Freight House come alive with 10 different ice sculptures at the 5th annual Ice Stravaganza. The city of Bettendorf's Winter Carnival features all kinds of outdoor activities like sledding and ice skating, plus Pass the Torch, a community celebration and musical tribute honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., is presented at Augustana's Centennial Hall January 14th. Trash, Treasures, and Trials on Our Nation's Rivers, presented by Living Lands and Waters, is coming to the Black Hawk State Historic Site on January 12th. Circa 21 opens the Midwest premiere of Ghost, the Musical, based on the popular movie starring Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, and Whoopi Goldberg. The Westbrook Singers will bring their extraordinary gospel sound to the new Black Box Theater in downtown Moline on January 15th, and Playcrafters Barn Theater present Steel Magnolias. 6 very different Southern women share their secrets, fears, and love for each other, all with perfectly coiffed hair. Auditions for the Quad City Music Guild's Youth Chorus is coming up January 14th and 16th at the theater. Auditioners should bring sheet music for an age-appropriate song, 1 minute or less. For more information, visit wqpt.org.
Thank you, Laura. Well, take a ukulele player, add her voice, add some guitar, and a busted chandelier or two, and you've got the music of Maureen Carter. She's known for being a part of the band Busted Chandeliers, but we met with her at the River Music Experience where she played Tennessee Man. Here's Maureen Carter.
He may be witty, but he drinks a lot. He likes the taste of his Jaeger shots. He's at the bar to see what they're serving. You guess you're right, he's drinking his whiskey bourbon. 6 in the morning, and I said, darling, this is your last warning. It doesn't matter how many times you lie. You still know that I'm gonna give you another try, 'cause he's mine, oh my Tennessee man. Always be my Tennessee man. Oh, he'll always be, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, he'll always be my Tennessee man, yeah, yeah. My Tennessee man, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
That's Maureen Carter with Tennessee Man. I don't make resolutions about exercise and my health, but my doctor does. I'm one of those people who has good intentions and bad follow-through, and I know I am not alone. Many gyms actually bank on your resolutions and cash in on your lack of resolve, but the YMCA says it's ready to give you the support you need with a high-tech approach to better health. And joining us is Rochelle Biagioli, who is the Senior Director of Healthy Living at the Two Rivers YMCA. I am not alone, and I am not a bad person. Keep saying that, right?
Correct.
All right, but what should I do?
What should you do?
I mean, because everyone's saying, okay, I want to lose weight, I want to be healthier. Everybody says that. But a lot of people, I mean, when I was in high school, I wasn't athletic. Hard to believe. And so it's very hard for me to even think that way.
New Year's resolutions is the best time of year, and that's because everyone is doing it.
Yeah.
And there's a huge movement, so capitalize on it, roll with it.
Right.
So there's a few things that you can definitely do to be successful. I would definitely include starting with dress for success. So bring your workout clothes with you to work and then change before you even leave.
Okay.
The second thing is motivation isn't your problem. The habit is.
Very true.
So before you creating that habit is definitely where you initiate it. So if every Tuesday you go to the gym, make it every Tuesday. The last thing is pick activity you enjoy. A lot of people hate the elliptical, so don't commit to that. Try something that you like.
Yeah.
If treadmill, or if you like racket sports, then try to find a basketball league or a racquetball league or swimming. Try to find something that you enjoyed as a kid and making it as fun as an adult.
The key, though, is really just some movement, right? I mean, because the key is getting your heart rate up.
Correct. Definitely getting your heart rate up and finding your happy medium. So on a scale of 1 to 10, getting up into 1 you're sleeping, 10 you're dying. Let's try to get to that 6 level where you're sweating, but you're still able to hold that conversation. Somewhere between there and a little bit more difficult.
You and so many other gyms, you see this influx of people in January, and you don't see them again in February. I mean, you must really work on that in your own mind, going, how do I get these people to stay? What can I do?
We actually, I would say commit to something. So right now we have a challenge going on.
Okay.
So it is called the Weight Loss Boss. And this is a 6-week challenge. So it gets you through January and pushes you all the way through February, where we will write a workout program for you. We will actually look at your food logs, and you get accountability every week with a coach. So we'll teach you how to use the equipment. We can teach you how to swim. All of those things are included inside of that program.
Because it seems to me that it's really important to have that secondary person. Either you join with a friend and that person's spurring you along, or you have a coach or an instructor who's making you do it right and is somewhat holding you to what you want to do.
Definitely. Personal trainers, coaches, even your family. So we've lowered our age that is allowed into this fitness center. So now our youngest age is as 8. So free orientations to all families. So now your kids can even hold you accountable. Hey mom,
right.
It's Wednesday, it's time to go to the gym. And that way it becomes a family event. So that accountability to either a professional or your family.
I wanted to talk about your high-tech inclusion as well, because you offer an online tool called Mobile Fit.
Yes.
Tell me about that, because I think that's a good way to spur people forward as well.
All of our members, it is included in your membership. It's a no ad fee, so and it is included is an online mobile app. So when you meet with a wellness coach at the YMCA, you can get set up with MobileFit, and we will actually prescribe or work with you to design a workout program right there on your phone. So when you come into the Y, it recognizes that you're inside of our building. You can scan in at the front desk with it, and then it will actually walk you through if you go into a group exercise studio. We just added a brand new group exercise studio. It recognizes which class you're in even, and then along with all of the exercises inside the fitness center.
So Big Brother's gotten fit.
Yeah.
A little bit. And that's another key thing I think that you're trying to point out, is that you don't limit yourself just to one type of exercise. It's not just lifting weights or something. You want to have a full experience.
Correct. On average, every 4 to 6 weeks, your body will memorize its pattern. So that means if you get on the elliptical every day for the next 30 years, you will actually gain weight. Now, if you changed your program just a little bit every 4 to 6 weeks, pick up a bigger weight, try a treadmill, increase the resistance, change something, you will continue to see the results that you're looking for.
And let's be honest, people are friendly. They do want to help you. I mean, you do. I think way too many people just try to go it alone.
Definitely. Finding someone or a program or the YMCA wellness coaches, we can help you.
Okay, and what is the key to the mindset? How do you break? Somebody would say, oh, I didn't make that resolution. It's already mid-January. I guess I'm done for the year. I can't join now because everyone already got that 2-week start before I did. Everyone's coming up with excuses. Well, I'm coming up with excuses.
Making a goal achievable and breaking it out over the year is where you should start. So yeah, every goal is achievable within the right time frame. Losing 50 pounds in 2017 is realistic. Now, breaking that down into manageable, realistic, I can see that end sight is where people should start with.
Right.
So you can lose 25 pounds by the end of April. And that's a nice start to clipping away at those 50 pounds.
And once again, of course, age is no limit. I mean, we see people who are older. I don't want to like pinpoint certain ages, but I mean, there's people who are older that are just getting out and enjoying the time of their life.
Definitely. We have seniors, we have silver sneakers for that age group. We have a group that comes in and plays pickleball. We have a walking club. We have it all. So it's definitely, it doesn't matter which age you are.
This pickleball is really big, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rochelle Biagioli, thank you so much from the Two Rivers YMCA. Good advice, and you know, anything just to get moving
Definitely.
will help us so much. Well, WQPT is also doing its part to support the military men and women in the cities who are serving our nation. We call it Embracing the Military. Families new to Arsenal Island can get a unique factory tour this month. The Army's Relocation Assistance Program often offers newcomers tours of various locations in the cities. Well, this month it's a tour of their own backyard. The tour is Friday, January 20th, starting at 9:30. You can contact the Army Community Services Office to get more information. On the air, on the radio, on the web, and on your mobile device. Thanks for taking some time to join us as we talk about the issues on the cities.
Public Affairs programming on WQPT is brought to you by the Sing Group at Merrill Lynch, serving the wealth management needs of clients in the region for over 25 years.